If Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, what will be the effect on the whole world and which country will be affected the most? First of all, what is the Strait of Hormuz? It is a small place of 33 kilometers between Iran, Oman, and UAE. This is such a narrow sea route through which 20% of the world's oil supply means approximately 17 million barrels of oil passes. This oil comes from 8 countries in the Persian Gulf, including Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. 90% of the oil export of these 4 countries UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Qatar goes to the rest of the world through this narrow passage. If Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, which countries will suffer the most? India is at number 1. Because India imports 85% of its oil from abroad and 60% of this 85% comes from Middle Eastern countries like Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and UAE. Fuel prices in India will start touching the sky, and as a result everything related to oil and the industry will experience a tremendous earthquake. Industries may be closed, there will be job losses, and the economy will have a severe impact. The country that will be most affected on the second number is China. China is the largest oil importing country in the world, which imports 10 million barrels of oil every day. 40% of China's oil import comes through this Strait of Hormuz. Although China has laid oil pipelines with Russia and Central Asia, it does not meet even 20% of its energy requirements. That is why the closure of the Strait of Hormuz can cause a tremendous blow to China's economy, and if China's economy is shaken, its effects will be felt all over the world. The country that will be the most popular on the third number is Japan, because it imports 90% of its oil from outside and 75% of it comes through this Strait of Hormuz. The country that will be the most popular on the fourth number is Saudi Arabia. 80 to 90% of Saudi Arabia's oil goes to the rest of the world through this Strait of Hormuz, while only 10% goes to Europe from the coastline along the Red Sea. So this choke point block will have a very bad impact on the Saudi economy. If 80 to 90% of a country's revenue is eliminated at once, what will happen to it? Something similar can happen with Saudi Arabia, and then there is a very possibility that Saudi Arabia will use its military to open this route, which can make the situation even worse. Pakistan comes on the fifth number. 90% of its oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz. Pakistan meets 27% of its energy needs with this oil. So in case of this route block, huge inflation can come in Pakistan. But a very interesting thing here is that because Pakistan shares a border with Iran, according to many government reports, 35% of Pakistan's diesel comes unofficially from Iran. Which means that if this route block happens, then the government may start taking oil from Iran underhand or even officially. After this, the country which will be affected the most is UAE, because almost 72% of its oil goes to the rest of the world through here. UAE has an alternative Habshan Fujairah pipeline through which it can export up to 60% of oil to the world by bypassing the Strait of Hormuz. But even a loss of 40% can be very dangerous for the size of the economy of UAE. After this, there are European countries like France, Germany, and Italy, whose on average 10% oil passes through this Strait of Hormuz. This blockade will have a very bad effect there as well. Looking at the global level, the price per barrel is predicted to go above $150, which can cause a lot of inflation in the whole world, and maybe the world will go into a tremendous recession. So this small area of only 33 kilometers has enough power to shake the whole world.